and welcome to the third attempt to record episode 53 of the Knit Run Dig podcast. My name is Sam and you can find me on Ravelry as Stealth Dragon and on Instagram as Knit Run Dig. It's been a while since I last recorded. It seems to be the pattern. I'm full of intentions, but for some reason I never get down to it, so I've decided from now on I'm going to try to record every other week. Hopefully that will work better for me and I'll be able to do more regular podcasts. This episode is called 2 Retreats, a Festival and a Cal. The retreats are the Sock Bunny retreat, which was in February in Tampa, Florida. The other retreat is the second Geeky Puffin Knitpalooza, which I'll be talking more about in a little bit. The festival was the Edinburgh Yarn Festival that I was at last weekend. And finally the Cal is a year-long shawl along with also the Piper's Journey Cal, with which I'm going to launch that knit along. So I have finished objects in knitting and spinning to show you. Lots and lots of acquisitions, shiny new things. So I'll probably split them across this episode and the next episode, because otherwise there's just too much, unsurprisingly, too much for everyone to take in. I've got some prizes as well for various things donated by some very generous people, which I'll talk more about as well. And so I'll start with the usual, which is the knitting and spinning. Normally I'd be talking about archaeology. I probably won't have time this week, so next time I have some video that I took at the Wealden Downend Museum, which I will add on to next time's podcast and talk a little bit about what we're looking at there. I was there on Friday, which was the last sunny day we've had. It's been pouring down heavily and hailing today, which is most unfortunate, but it was nice to get out on Friday. So I'll start with the finished objects. The first of which is the Take It All shawl, which was a mystery knit along by Lisa Hannes, Hannes, who is Mahlia, I think Mahlia on Ravelry. And it was a mystery knit along that came in 4 weeks. You can see it's a nice big shawl. I've decided I really like big shawls. And so this is the Take It All. You can see it's a nice big shawl. I haven't blocked it yet, so I'll also show it to you next time when I have blocked it. There were 2 options for finishing and I chose the first one, and I thoroughly enjoyed knitting this and I really happy with the colours I chose. It was a shawl designed to use mini skeins, of which I have quite a few, and the yarn I used, I didn't bring the labels with me, so the multicolours, all 8 of these are from a mini skein kit that I got years ago from the Knitting Goddess, and it's a tube lined kit, so there are 11 mini skeins of 10 grams each, and I used 8 of them in this. And the grey, which is the main colour, is it's Ginger's hand dyes from Ginger Twist Studio, and it's her Splendor 4-ply base. I can't remember what it's made of, but I think it's got silk and BFL or something in it, and it's soft and beautiful, and the colourway is Dove. I'll show you a larger section of it here. I'll show this again next time when it's blocked, or I might just insert a photo. So that's the Take It All shawl by Lisa Hannes, the first one. I think I knitted it on 3.5mm needles. And I have woven in the ends, but I'll trim them after I've blocked it. So that's the first FO. The second one, which you have also seen before, is the Indieburg 2014 socks, a pattern by CC Allman, Java Pearl Designs. And it's String Theory Colourworks self-striping yarn in the, I have no idea what the colourway is. It was the October 2015 club colourway, and it's based on corn, and I love these socks. I'm really pleased with the way that the pattern worked with the stripes. I really like doing the heel that CC has written. It's a toe up pattern, it's First time I've done the sort of heel that CC uses, and I'm very pleased with it. There's only one thing that I would change, and that is next time if I do this in self-striping yarn, I would, let's just see, yes, you can see here between the purple and the yellow where the pearl bumps are showing, highlighting the colour changes. So next time, it's not the pattern thing, it's a yarn and a me thing. I would actually make the change in the texture match the change in the colourways, in the colours in self-striping yarn, and I might well also do the knit one row in between colours as well, so to avoid the pearl bumps. But I still love this. This yarn is gorgeous, the pattern was great fun to knit, and hooray, I can finally wear them. I finished them a while ago. And I knitted them as usual on 2.5 US 1.5mm needles, magic loop toe up. That's my 2 finished objects that I've got over however long it is since I last recorded. So now on to the works in progress. I'll start with something that you've seen before, and I haven't made very much progress, but I have done some, and it's the Gramps cardigan from 9 Months of Knitting by Tin Can Knits, and I'm doing the 6 to 12 month size. And I'm on the first sleeve, as you can see, so what I've got left to do is finish that sleeve, the other sleeve, pockets, elbow patches, button band and shawl collar. So quite a bit still to go, but it is nice to knit. And so the pattern is by Tin Can Knits, and it's the Gramps cardigan. And the yarn I'm using, I don't know if I have both colourways, is Barocco Vintage, and that's a machine washable acrylic wool and nylon blend, and I'm using 4.5 and 4mm needles. And I don't know what the colourway names are, but I chose a blue and a chocolatey brown. I'm not particularly, the yarn is nice and soft, I'm happy with it for a baby, but it's very splitty, so from that point of view I'm not especially enjoying knitting with it. But I do recommend the pattern, and I chose it because it's machine washable. That's for my great nephew. That's the first work in progress. The second one is one that you won't have seen before, and this is the Hawick, I think, hat, H-A-W-I-C-K, I think that's the hat it is, I haven't got the pattern with me. By Rachel Coopy from her Toasty Volume 2, and I'm still on the brim, so next time hopefully I'll have done more. And the yarn I'm using is Drops Alpaca, which is 100% alpaca in colourway number 2919, my favourite turquoise colour. 2.5mm needles for the brim, and then you go up for the body of the hat. And I am going to do a pom-pom, probably in some of the leftover grey yarn from the shawl I just showed you. So that's the Hawick hat by Rachel Coopy. And then my third work in progress is the Jeck socks by Regina Satter. That's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I'm using a very useful tool, which is the Poke Me Not by Jan B. Smiley on Etsy. And these are sharp, these are 2.25mm higher needles, and they are very sharp. Of course I'm in the middle of a row, and I'm doing these 2 at a time, which I'm very much enjoying. So start with them the right way up. I don't know, you can just about see there's a sort of a slip stitch pattern. I've adapted it because I'm doing 72 stitches rather than the 64 or 56 the pattern has, but it's very easy just to change where you put the panels of slip stitch. So, and the yarn I'm using, which is absolutely beautiful, is Sock Bunny Miracle, so that's her Blueface Leicester and nylon blend in Sunset. And in a bag I got given this, thank you very much, at the Sock Bunny retreat. And then I bought this bag by Christine, Rainstorm Studios, this little pouch, and it's fantastic because it has a multi-purpose handle. I've just been carrying it like that, but I also sort of clip the handle round and attach it to my handbag when I take it knitting, when I take it out, or you can adjust the handle however you want. So I recommend these pouches by Rainstorm Studios as well. So that's all of the works in progress I have to show you this week. And now onto the spinning. I have actually finished some spinning. The first thing is a loop bat called Skedaddle, and of course I didn't bring the card with me, so I'm not sure what's in it apart from some very subtle sparkle which is in the colours of the bat, and these are blended to be self-striping, and it's super soft. Let's just see the best way to show you the colours. So there's a tealy blue, a burgundy red, a purple, a khaki green, maybe a bit more of a forest green, and a golden colour, and I love it. And as I said, it's very soft, and I think I got about 300 metres out of this. Again, I've forgotten, didn't write it. I think it's about 300 metres, 299 metres, that's what it was, that I got out of this. I chain plied it, and it's about a fingering weight, a heavy fingering to a sport weight, so I don't know what I'm going to knit with it. Probably some sort of shawl thing or a cowl or something. I'm very pleased with it. So that's the first finished spinning. And the next one I have just finished and haven't soaked yet, but I'm quite pleased with it. It's a completely different thing. It's also a bat, but this was a bat I got from Spin City UK, and I ran it through my drum carder as well, because I've discovered that whilst I enjoyed spinning this, I enjoyed it much more once I'd blended the fibres a bit more, because it's probably because I'm not an experienced or a good enough spinner, and just the way I like to spin, I just didn't enjoy the way it drafted, so I ran it through the drum carder again to blend them a bit more, and I enjoyed spinning it much more. It's very soft and lofty. I keep holding this. There wasn't a colourway, and I don't know what the fibres are either, but I spun it thick and thin. Let's hold it closer up, and there's also sort of textured bits in there, and I applied it with some silver machine embroidery thread. I wasn't sure how I was going to finish it, but I'm glad I applied it with that. Adds some nice sparkle and a bit of strength. It's rayon thread, and I got 200 metres of this, which is about 219 yards or something, and I think I'm going to knit a cowl with it. It's very soft. It'll be interesting to see how it washes up. So that's a mystery bat from Spin City UK. That's all the finished spinning. I haven't got anything on the wheel at the moment, but I plan to start something very soon, so hopefully I'll have something to show you next time. So that's all of the knitting and spinning that I've been actively doing in the past few weeks. So now on to shiny new things, of which there are many. We got an amazing goodie bag at the Sock Bunny retreat. Many of the things I'm using, so I haven't got them to show you, but I'll show you the goodie bag itself. John, hey John. And there were amazing things like a colouring book, a gauge measure, a yarn gauge measurer, stitch markers, colouring pencils. This was at the view sizer. How awesome is that? So thank you very much, Kimberly. And a Tervis and a Mason Dixon knitting colouring book. amongst other amazing things. So thank you, Kimberly, for putting together the most fantastic goodie bag. I love it. And we also had a swap, so you could opt in, so you could make a small thing and swap them with other people. So I've got lots of lovely things. I asked a friend of mine to make some felted bees, so I did that. And thank you, there was soap and bookmarks and stitch markers and like a useful thing with notebooks, bags, just lots of fun and wonderful things. So thank you everyone, I really enjoyed that. So now I'll show you some of the things I got at the retreat. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this fantastic tote bag, which is also from Rainstorm Studios. I love Van Gogh, so I was very pleased to see this, bright and happy. It does come with a mini box bag, but I've been using that, so that's elsewhere. And now I've got various things in here that to show you. So I will show you what I bought for myself. I got this beautiful sock blank. It's a sparkly sock blank, no less, from Jen, who's Daisy Knits. And that's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, about 438 yards, so 400 metres. I think I'm going to make a shawl with it. Beautiful, beautiful sunsetty type of lovely colours, so that will be fun to knit with. And I've also won from Three Fates Yarn an assortment, or it's called Eponymous Sock Mini Skeins. There's a pair of sort of 20 grams per colour, 400 yards total, in these beautiful greens and with a purple and grey. I love the colour combination, and I think I'm going to use that for a shawl as well. So thank you to Three Fates for donating that. And let's see what else. I have here, in a bag that was gifted to me by Denise Kikiboo, from her Kikiboo Etsy shop, Denise of the Knitting Den podcast. The lovely, lovely Denise as well. And I bought 2 skeins of this Sock Bunny Studios Sunshine Fingering Weight, which is 438 yards as well. 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. I'm all about the sparkle this time, it seems, in the Every Cloud Has a Silver Lining colourway. And it's a beautiful bluey grey with sparkle, obviously. So I'm going to knit a shawl with that. And then I also have in this bag the prizes, which I will show you later. Lots of beads and various items. So I will show you this, which is covered in fibre because I have been using it both sides. I've been covered in fibre, and Magnus likes it as well, obviously, Magnus the cat. This is a spinner's lap cloth. So it's got a sort of cotton drill, sort of a heavier weight cotton that the fibre is attracted to, so it sort of keeps your lap clear, but also the dark or the light means that whichever sort of, if you're spinning a light colour, then you would use against the dark, or if you're spinning a dark colour, you'd use the white backdrop to make it easier to see what you're spinning. So I love that, and that's from Bead Sisters, who is on Etsy. And then let's see what else I have. And then also from Bead Sisters, I bought this, I'll take the needles out, fantastic 2 at a time sock bag in this really beautiful, happy lemon citrus fabric. But it's so beautifully made. It's a drawstring, soft drawstring, but inside it has a zipped pouch and 2 of these poppers, popped sort of bits, so you can feed your yarn through so it doesn't get as tangled when you're knitting 2 at a time. Now I'm not using this for the sock I'm knitting at the moment because I just wanted to start 2 at a time immediately, so I haven't divided the ball. I'm just knitting from either end, but next 2 at a time pair I will do separately, 2 balls, and I'll definitely be using this awesome bag. Right, Right, let's see what else. And then I have this super exciting thing, a 3D printed drop spindle from Daisy Knits. It's a nice lightweight one, and you can use it as a supported spindle, not that you can see it, as a supported or a drop spindle. It's a Turkish spindle, so once you're finished spinning then you can just take off the cop and it's actually already a ball ready for plying. And it comes with 2 sets of arms, so you can use the heavier ones if you want to spin thicker yarn or for plying. 3D printed, and I'm very happy with it. So that's from Daisy Knits as well. And I also bought some fibre from her. I can't remember the name, but it's Humbug Blueface Leicester in my favourite colour, so of course I had to buy it. And that's what I've been spinning on this drop spindle. And then I got this, which was a collaboration between Jen from Daisy Knits, Melissa from Snarky Llama, who makes amazing stitch markers, and the pouch, this gorgeous pouch from Willow Rose from Rainstorm Studios again. So, and this is all based on John John the Fabulous Rabbit and PJ Pink John, his wife. So there we go. That's, and then I also got several lots of beads from, oh, I won't show you that one because I've opened it so you won't be able to see, from Gilding Lilies on Etsy, Melly, and a beautiful Japanese Toho beads. That means you should always be able to, there'll always be a nice even hole through. She has lots of different colours and they're nicely packaged. So that's most, I think, of what I got. I'm sure it is, at the Sock Bunny retreat. I had a great fun time. It's always lovely to see Kimberley and great to meet new people and see old friends, and I highly recommend it. I really enjoy going to Florida as well, so it was good. It was great. And hopefully she'll be announcing the next one soon. So talking about the Sock Bunny retreat, I got gifted some items to give to you as prizes. So I will show those to you. And, oh, I've just found a piece of fabric. Never mind, there's always fabric everywhere here. So the first one I will show you, which I'm going to use as a prize for the Piper's Journey Cal, I'll be talking about that in a moment, is this Sock Bunny Studios Paprika Fingering Weight, which is a Blueface Leicester nylon blend, 464 yards in the colourway Guacamole. Now I ask you, could you get a more guacamole-like colourway? No, you couldn't. I love it, look at it, and I want to eat guacamole, and I think it'll be a great prize. So that will be one of the prizes for the, I've forgotten already, Piper's Journey Knit Along. And then I also was gifted Blueberry Chick yarns, which is also by Bead Sisters, in my, I'm finding it hard to give any of these away. Turquoisey teal! And it's a sport weight with 328 yards of a non-superwash merino nylon, very soft, and I think it will make an amazing shawl or cowl. Or it would also make socks as well if you like making thicker weight socks, in the colourway Verdigris. And I very nearly bought all of it and brought it home with me. But unsurprisingly, so I think I will be shopping there to get some more myself. So that's Blueberry Chick yarn by Bead Sisters. Beautiful, beautiful colours. So that's going to be a future prize. And then you may recognise this colourway. It's very, very similar to the sock blank I just showed you. This is the Dewy Sock by Daisy Knits. So it's a merino Selena nylon blend, and beautiful colourway. So that's also going to be a prize. And then finally, I have another prize, which is from Rainstorm Studios, and it's this amazing sock pouch with skulls, Day of the Dead and skulls, and with a lovely marbled pink top. nice white lining and a flat base. Great size for socks or small shawls or baby projects. And again with one of these fantastic, don't know what the name is, a posh split ring opening, so you can clip things on, unclip the handle, or clip it to your belt or whatever and walk around knitting. So that will also be a prize in a future episode. So that's all of the fantastic things I bought and was given at the Sock Bunny Retreat. It's a Sunday evening, my brain has switched off. Sock Bunny Retreat. Talk about the year-long shawl along. So I've decided to start, it's going to start now, so this is the 27th of March, but I'll start it on the 1st of April. It's a year-long shawl along, and so from the 1st of April 2016 to the 31st of March 2017, all of the cals will be based around shawls. So I'm going to have two main threads, one of which will be the general year-long shawl along thread, and then the second one will be specific knit alongs as and when I do them. The reason I thought I'd do this is because I'm really into knitting shawls at the moment, and I also have many shawls well, at least 3 I think shawls, maybe 4 shawls in progress on the needles, so I'll show those to you next time. So I thought it would give me a great impetus to finish them, and I'd love to see what shawls you're knitting and to get more ideas for which ones I'd like to knit myself. I've got so many in my queue and in my favourites that I want to knit. And so the first thing is a joint knit along with Sock Bunny, who sadly is no longer podcasting, but will still be running the joint knit along. And this is what this Sock Bunny awesome yarn is going to be a prize. Go and check out her shop, she has beautiful yarn. And in a bag I bought at Edinburgh Yarn Festival from the Knitting Goddess. I didn't buy yarn from her this time, big surprise, she's one of my favourite dyes, but I got this fantastic project bag. One side, failure is always an option. The other side, property of a thriving artist. And inside, I don't know if you're going to see, but you can see there's writing in there, and it says, I hold the potential to make beautiful things. Screen printed cotton bags, handmade in Harrogate by the Knitting Goddess. And that's their card, theknittinggoddess.co.uk. Fantastic yarn, fantastic project bags. And this is the yarn I'm going to be using for Piper's Journey, which is the first knit along. That's a shawl pattern by Paula Emmons-Feasley of the Knitting Pipeline podcast. And this is Madeline Tosh Merino DK in the Whiskers, well, it's Tosh Merino DK, in the Whiskers colourway. Why could I can't resist that, can I? And the, I forgot what this one is, Volga. So this will be the lace section at the bottom, and then this is going to be the body of the shawl. The shawl itself is written for sport weight yarn, but I've decided I want to do it in this lovely DK yarn. And I will show you the pattern. So I'm going to have a giveaway this week, of which is going to be a free copy of the Piper's Journey pattern. So for the knit along. Now, of course, me taking so long to record means that this knit along actually started on the 1st of March. It's now the 27th of March. So the knit along will start from today and carry on until the 30th of April. So that still gives you over a month. And I'm going to allow people who've already started but not finished that shawl. So it has to be finished between, let's say, the 1st of March and the 30th of April, but it can be started at any time. And the prize, there's going to be at least one prize depending on how many entries we have of this beautiful yarn. And this is the pattern. It's a beautiful shawl with a garter stitch body and a lace thing. So if you've never knit a shawl before, or like knitting heavier weight shawls, or I mean, you can adapt it to use any weight yarn, I'm sure. Well, I'm adapting it to use DK. There's lots of helpful project notes on the Ravelry project pages. So if you would like to win this pattern by Paula Emmons Feasley by Piper's Journey. I'll give you 2 weeks, so that's going to be beginning of April sometime. I haven't got my calendar with me, so I can't tell you exactly when. But if you let me know if you'd like to win this, tell me what yarn and possibly what colourway, if you have it in your stash, that you would like to knit it with. So that's Piper's Journey again. I'll put a link to the pattern and a thread up on Ravelry as well. So that's it. The year-long shawl along will be any shawls that you finish. You don't have to start them. Any shawls that you finish between now and, or between the 1st of April and the 31st of March 2017. And I'll have a general thread for that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what shawls you finish. Next time I'll show you the shawls I've been have been put in my WIP boxes for far too long, some of which might actually get frogged, though I'm not sure. And let me see, I'm just looking at my notes. Oh yes, another thing I'm going to add on is I went to Disney with Kimberly Sock Bunny and Denise Knitting Den. Had a great time, I'd not been there before, so I went to the Magic Kingdom, so I'll put in some video from our fun day that we had there. We were there from 9 AM to 11 PM, so we definitely made the most of our time there and we had fun. And I'm looking at some notes sitting here going, what? And then I suddenly realised I've got these notes, and it's to do with the shop where I work. It's about the themes that we're going to be having in the next few months, about the things I need to make for the shop. So that's it. I can't see anything else. So I will put in some Disney video. I'll set up the knit alongs. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Thank you very much for watching, and I'd like to say welcome to any new viewers, and hello and welcome back to any returning viewers. Thank you so much all for watching. Can't wait to hear from you and speak to you soon. Bye!